I couldn't figure out why I was reading this book right now. It's almost Christmas. I should be reading Christmas books. What am I doing reading Anxious People today? That's what I kept asking myself as I was reading it. And then I got to the end and I figured it out. There is a motto throughout this whole book that Frederik Backman, subtly puts in it. I realized it at the end of the book. It's, we are all doing the best that we can. Right now, today, we are doing the best that we can. Even in our bad days, we are doing the best that we can. Of course, it's a perfect book to end this year. We have done the best we could all year. Just pat yourself on the back. I beat myself up about it probably daily, thinking I should be happier. I should be blessed. I should be grateful. I should be more grateful. On the days that I am grateful, I should be more grateful. I'm smiling. It's like he's allowing me to say, we did it. We're at the end of this year. I don't know what next year holds, but we did it. It's okay. And we survived. And we woke up this morning and we're still here. I'm so happy that I read this book before Christmas. It's not a Christmas book, but it is, because it's a book of hope. Anxious People came out September 8th. Like I said, 14 weeks on the New York Times bestseller, 352 pages of perfection. I can't wait to go back and read more of his books. I just can't. I'm like so excited. I love when I find authors. I'm excited to read the rest of their works. I wanted to read A Man Called Ove, and then it just didn't happen. What was this book about? Well, I'm going to read to you the Amazon blurb because I think it states it so perfectly. A charming, poignant novel about a crime that never took place. A would-be bank robber who disappears into thin air, and 8 extremely anxious strangers who find they have more in common than they ever imagined. And they are strangers who become family. I think that isn't that like the Christmas message? It's like we spend all this time trying to figure out how to get together with our family, how this year not to get together with our family, but be together with our family, which is absolutely insane. But we need to just look around, because even the strangers in our life, even the neighbors you pass by every day can be family. And these people were thrown into a situation, a would-be bank robbery, that lands them into an open house with strangers that they have to spend an entire day with, who they start off not knowing and end up loving. Who are these people? Let me just read off my notes. First of all, we have the police officers, who are a father and son duo, Jim and Jack. You are going to love them. You are going to connect with them on, I'm not a son and I'm not a father. After this book, you're like, oh, I almost understand the father-son relationship. People who are stuck in this room with each other. We have Anna, Lena, and Roger, who are a retired couple who go to open houses. They like to flip houses. I'm going to stop myself from saying too much. Julia and Ro, a lesbian couple who are pregnant, which is awesome. Such a cool story. Zara, the bank manager. Estelle, the real estate agent who is 87 years old. And the bank robber, who we don't get to know who that is for most of the book. When I saw this cover, I thought, oh, this is a great cover. And I've always wanted to read one of his books. I was like, just do it. Just read it. To finish this year off with one of the best books I've read all year. This has got to be on people's list. I have to go look. You know how people make lists of like, what was my favorite book all year? This has got to be up there. The way he writes is so different. From the first chapter, I was so intrigued by it. You know what? No wonder. He is a genius. His writing is pure genius. That's all I can say about that. I'm going to give you my favorite quote. We weren't ready to become adults. Someone should have stopped us. This book is filled with quotes. But the reason that one was my favorite one is because I laughed. Do you remember like becoming an adult and thinking you were such an adult? And now I'm 56 and I'm like, wow, I'm an adult. Like I have to make this adult decision. I don't want to be an adult. I have a son who's 17. He's turning 18 in January. I keep saying to him, you know, look at all the things you're going to get to do once you're 18. Aren't you so excited? You get to be 18 and he's my baby. I get to have my 6th child become an adult. And he's like, no, Mom, I don't want to be an adult. An adult is too hard. And I thought, wow, when I was his age, I couldn't wait to be an adult. I couldn't wait to grow up. And now at this age, I'm like, Like I said, the motto is going to just keep hitting at you over and over again. And at the end, and this isn't a giveaway of any kind, goes through suicide prevention awareness. I think that I don't think about that this much during this time. A lot of people are depressed. And I have a son who's a college age, and he keeps telling me that. He's like, Mom, there are college kids that are really depressed. The suicide rate is unbelievable right now. You know, we get to hear the COVID numbers, but we don't get to hear those numbers. I thought it was a great way for him to put that awareness at the end of the book. This book does go back and forth about suicide. He covered so much: relationships, suicide, depression, anxiety, so many things all at once, so many topics. I can't give this a higher rating than 5 because I'd double it. I would give it a 10. This has to be a book that you read soon if you have not read it already. And I gotta know, did you read it? Because I want to talk about this ending. He had the perfect ending to this book. I didn't know how he was going to end it. I really didn't. The whole time I was like, how's he going to do this? How's he going to end this book? Never fear. He does such a great job. I can't say enough. Let me know below. Did you read it? Are you going to read it? I have to know. There is a reason it's on the New York Times bestseller. There is a reason it's been there for 14 weeks and will probably be there for a lot longer. Thank you so much for watching. I have to go read another book, but it's a hard transition. I'm gonna go eat breakfast because this is done before breakfast. Go eat breakfast and take it all in. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to read more of his books. If you've read more of his books, tell me below which one I should read next. I want to know. I think this is his 9th book. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I always appreciate all of your guys' suggestions. Thank you so much. Have a great day until my next video.